Maxwell House's Folgers drink Maxwell House. I was just about to ask what their slogan was. I guess that's it.
That's
Yeah, that's it.
The best part of waking up is Folgers drink Maxwell House. All right, welcome everybody to the second episode of Connoisseur Pod. Your home for all things celebrating Comic Cons and nerd culture. My name is AJ Hester. I'm joined by my co-host Cody Howell, Kent Lawley, and the connoisseur himself, Matt Hodges. How is everybody this evening?
Doing good,
Let's just
man.
all talk over each other. Perfect.
Well,
I'm
this
good.
week the pod heads to Huntsville, Alabama for the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. So we'll be previewing that trip this evening. But before we get into that, to avoid talking over each other, Cody, why don't you tell me something nerdy you've done lately?
I don't want to do the same answer as last week, but that's the only thing I've had time for. So last week I was talking about working on my nerdy RPG football game and just more of that, cleaning stuff up. So today has been an artwork day. It's all pixel art. I don't know if I said that last week, which means for me, if I want to add a new sprite, it might take 3 or 4 days just to get one little character added. But overall, pretty enjoyable. Could just be a little tedious. But yeah, that's my nerd stuff this week.
You said Cody, you said last week you think it'd be playable or have a reel ready in about 6 months for it?
Yeah, I mean it's playable now. It's just there's no advancement in the game. You can play a full game right now. What I've kind of been doing lately is just playing because it's hard to know beforehand what could happen with all the combination of things that happen in the sport of football. So I've just kind of been not necessarily bug fixing, just fixing issues with behavior. Like one I realized was happening today. When you play as quarterback on offense, and when you're in the pocket, you're essentially in pocket mode. So you move a little bit more slowly, you backpedal instead of trying to turn around and run, but you can turn off pocket so you can scramble at any point. The problem is that you could turn off pocket before the ball was snapped, and I had not even considered that. So it's very easy fix, but I didn't realize that, and it doesn't matter. You're still playing like you would, but it doesn't look as snappy if you don't catch the ball and start backpedaling. So it's mostly things like that. What?
In the 04, it looks like Mike Vick in the 04 Madden games.
Oh yeah. Well, and I've definitely been inspired by that anyway. The character I created is left-handed almost 100% because of playing as Michael Vick in so many Maddens.
Well, and in that 2004 version, you had to turn off your pocket situation too. Like you had to hit R2 to go into scramble mode, right? Wasn't that still a thing back then?
So in this one, you don't have to if you run outside of and I'm just talking about the game. This is all stuff that I'm 100% welcome to feedback on. If you run outside of the pocket zone, which is basically like between the guard and the tackle on each side, you'll automatically go into running mode. But then you can still throw it. So and I worked on that for a while until it felt like kind of a natural point for the pocket to end. But that's another thing that having somebody else play it would help a lot with, to see how everybody feels about it. Maybe there shouldn't be pocket mode at all. Maybe you should just be free to run the whole time.
No,
Fair enough.
I'm
I'll
I'm
volunteer
a
to beta.
realist. Yeah, same. We should have a pod beta day. But no, I'm a
Right.
realist. I need my quarterback to drop back and it look like a drop back. Otherwise, what are we
Yeah,
doing?
what's cool about pixel art is you'll accidentally, well, at least for me, I'll accidentally create animations that I love, like the back pedal. The animation is just the sprint forward sprite. It's just in reverse, and it looks great. I love it. It looks better than running forward. Um, so yeah, you definitely drop back. There's a whole other thing that I had to fix this week with back pedal distance, because that's set before you snap the ball. And then if it's a quarterback sweep or an option, which I've been working on and is my favorite play so far, I don't want you to backpedal as far because then you're running into the running back. But I also do want you to backpedal a little bit, or you're running into the lineman. So it's just trial and error.
We need to get some developer at some point on this show. I would just love to hear you talk about the things that you deal with somebody who, I don't know, has been doing it forever and ever.
Yeah, I I love listening to developers talk, and I love the Reddits. I don't think I've mentioned it on the podcast. I could have, even though we've only done 1.5 other episodes. But um, I love looking at the Reddits for Grand Theft Auto 5 development, because it's all just guys like, "What the fuck is this?" And then they'll get to the end and they'll just be like, "I don't know why this works, but it works. I'm moving on."
I think that that's
I can't
a lot
imagine.
of development in any kind of programming. It's like I knew
Yeah.
that this would get us somewhere in the neighborhood. I'm not sure why this one worked and these, dozens of other attempts
Yeah.
didn't, but it's working, so go.
But I really love what it does to my brain, even though it can be frustrating.
I understand that.
Just a big puzzle.
Yeah, pretty much a big problem to solve. Sorry, I kind of hijacked the first 7 minutes of this.
I asked the question,
All
I was
good.
intrigued. Uh, and I think our listener will also be intrigued.
That's for the fan to
Our one.
decide.
Oh yeah. Hey, we've had like 120 something views on YouTube. I don't know about the other things, but
We've had one on Apple Podcast. So here we go,
I'm
guys.
feeling it.
That's the listener I'm
Here we
talking
go.
about. I'm speaking
That's the let's
specifically to them.
Yeah, that's a
specifically to
dedicated
the
one.
audio only. Well, Cunyato, Matt, what y'all got?
I'll jump in here. Not that I'm really prepared, just to avoid talking over one another. Um, my nerdy thing that I kind of thought of before the show was in the Umbara arc of Clone Wars, and it's one of the more well-regarded arcs of the Clone Wars. It's quite good. Anything clone heavy in that show is my favorite so far. Obviously, I'm pretty early on in the fourth season. Um, at the behest of AJ, really forcing me to watch it because I don't know what your nerdy thing is going to be, but one of my favorite characters in any kind of science fiction fantasy works is Darth Maul, the original from the Phantom Menace. And I, for years and decades now, have been very resistant to him developing, other than, in my mind, he died when he got cut in half. And that was it. And that's where I wanted my Darth Maul. Cut in half, down a shaft, gone forever from lore. But I'm coming around, with age, you sometimes get a little more open-minded to some things, and I guess a Darth Maul that's still alive can work. We'll see.
Sam Witwer himself has reached out to you to watch the Clone Wars Darth Maul. You have, from Darth Maul's mouth, reasons for you to watch the Clone Wars Darth Maul.
Yep. Speaking of Darth Maul, watch Shadowlord. That's what I did last week. Very good.
That's on my list.
Yeah,
The
me too.
everything from Sam's voice work to the writing so far to the animation. Kevin Kiner's music is just outstanding. The creative team behind the show has so far through 4 episodes knocked it out of the park, and I'm trying to pump the brakes on how like maybe the best thing Disney's done so far, and I'm trying to pump the brakes on that because it's still early. But my gosh, it's so good.
Yeah, I've seen a lot on it, especially like the backgrounds where they made them look like incomplete paintings, and then how
Yeah,
Sam's screams are in the lightsaber swing as
yeah,
lightsaber
dude.
swings.
They
It's such a
everything top to bottom. It's just so well thought of, and God, those half look paintings are hand painted. Like it's like old school animation. It's gorgeous. It's awesome. Maul so far through 4. And when we talked to Sam Witwer, voice of Darth Maul at DragonCon, he basically said, don't expect Maul to be a part of it. Like it's about him, but he's not going to be the center, like at the center stage. And so far through 4 episodes, that's not accurate. He is right in the thick of everything. And oof, oof, eggplant emoji.
yeah, it's fantastic. Disney's been hitting it like at least with Maul, and then I don't know if y'all watched Daredevil Born Again, but this last week's episode was probably some of the best Daredevil all seasons, Netflix included. And that was already my like favorite Marvel project, like outside of some of the movies. But like the Marvel Netflix show was the Daredevil one was always fantastic. But this last episode, Born Again, Disney did put it up to the top of that show's quality, and so I'm like, okay, Disney, this is what I like seeing. Maul and Shadowlord just being like banger after banger. So
Yeah.
and Daredevil being that way too. So it's just like, okay, nice.
I've watched maybe the first 5 episodes of the first run of Daredevil on Netflix, and I want to go back. I've always loved Daredevil, and I've heard nothing but good things about Born Again. So add that to the list.
I've seen all the previous seasons. I'm behind on the new one. Obviously, I haven't watched the new season. I guess this could have been my nerdy thing. I like Invincible on Prime, so I'm caught up on that. New episode will be out tomorrow, and as always, it's brutal. It's animated, but it's more brutal than almost any other show. And The Boys just came back out,
It was
but
pretty good
I
too.
can only really watch shows in the morning because 2-year-old has control of the TV when I get home. So that's why I'm behind, because I only have like an hour before work in the morning to watch anything.
I haven't started the new season of Invincible yet, but I'm very excited, chomping at the bit for that. Uh, but I have been watching that show with Will, our friend, our all collective friend, and haven't found the time to where we're both free to watch the new season yet, but very excited about it because it is just some brutal comic book fun.
You need to be focused on Clone Wars anyway. So
A man can do two things. I mean, not me, but other men.
some people can, yeah. Um, I've got the other two nerdy things I've done. I don't know if I talked about this last week or not, but Gareth L. Powell's newest book, Jitterbug. Did I talk about that? If I didn't, it was really good. Hey, Skoro. Um,
Oscar.
and now I've started Red Rising. Matt, I don't know if how far into that you are, but I told Kent and Cody recently that I understand why it's everywhere. Um, I'm
Yeah,
only like 100 pages in or something like that, but from like the first chapter, it was gripping. And then, I don't want to talk too much about this one, but I do want to say it out loud that I finished a draft of my book that I felt like it's mostly done. It's pretty done. It's not all the way done, but it's pretty done. And it is sent off to the person who intends to read that. So um, that's probably the biggest nerdy thing I did was finish writing a book.
That's exciting.
Very exciting.
Yeah, and terrifying and miserable and awesome and weird and all the emotions. But anyway, so this weekend, Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. Kent and Matt and I will be traveling. It's about 2 hours north of where we are. Huntsville's 2 hours from Nashville.
About 2 hours.
Two-ish hours from Nashville. This is allegedly the largest con in the state, so that's exciting. I think we're going into year 11. A lot of cool names, a lot of big names. So
Yeah, it's a nice
that
cast list for sure.
you haven't been to this one, right?
Haven't been to any of the ones here in Alabama. So this will be the first one I've gone to in our home state. So
Yeah, it's a really good list for the
exciting.
Huntsville one.
yeah, some big name people. So looking forward to that. My goal is some of the Star Wars Rebels and Clone Wars voice actors, try to see them. Finally see Matt Lanter. We've missed each other on 2 different cons. He's the voice of Anakin and Darth Vader in a couple episodes of Rebels. So looking forward to finally crossing him off my list.
How can he
You know,
voice Anakin and Darth Vader? Two
I don't
separate
know. They're not
spoilers.
the same person.
Spoilers.
They reuse voice actors.
Something that I'm interested in with Matt Lanter specifically. Have you guys all heard Sam Witwer's kind of viral story about him being new to the Clone Wars team? And there was a scene where the way he tells the story, Matt Lanter gives this really dramatic, like really great take on like telling the ghost of Shmi Skywalker, his mother, that he has a wife and he wants her to meet her. And Dave Filoni, who the co-creator of the Clone Wars and director, producer, all of that, was in the room. He's like, okay, great take, let's move on. And Sam raises his hand and says, Shmi and Padme have already met. And he says that Dave like pulls the cowboy hat over his face. Ashley Eckstein, the voice of Ahsoka, leans over and says, I've never seen anybody out-geek Dave Filoni. So that's a pretty viral story. I've heard Sam tell it a few times. I think that he tells it at basically every con, or gets asked about it at every con. But I would like to know Matt's version of that, Matt Lanter, his version of that same story. So your mission, Matt, is to ask that question.
I never heard
Right.
that story. That's fun. I also see on this list of a really stacked cast that'll be there in Huntsville that Ashley Eckstein will be there as well, the voice of Ahsoka Tano. So yeah, if you're it's perfect for me being in the middle of a Clone Wars first watch through of the Clone Wars. It looks like I'm going to get a lot of exposure to the cast, and that's very exciting.
Yeah, I think recently, like as of like last week, they added Anna Graves, who's the voice of Satine Kryze, and to be there, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I've met a couple of times. I'm blanking. It'll come back to me. Katie Sackhoff, Bo-Katan, her
yeah.
sister in the show. I've met her a couple of times, so it'd be nice to meet the voice actress for her too. So. And I've met a couple of the Clone Wars people. I met Ashley Eckstein, the Ahsoka voice actress, and James Arnold Taylor, the voice actor for Kenobi, Obi-Wan. So, and they're going to be there too. So, might run into them again.
I was excited when I saw that James Arnold Taylor was going to be there. I don't know what the likelihood that I get to meet Ewan McGregor would be, so I need to do my best to collect the Obi-Wans that I can.
Okay, I'm glad that you landed it there. I definitely thought you were going to say next best thing.
No, he's a different. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily we have Obi-Wan at home. It's just as good. It's just different. I love all my Obi-Wans the same. No favorites, except
Yeah.
for I mean, there's one favorite.
There's another Smallville guest since the last time I looked at this. It's Erica Durant who played Lois. I think Kristen Cruick who played Lana may be the three of our favorites from the show.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
Love me some Kristen Cruitt.
yeah.
Let's not
So
circle back into another debacle, but speaking of that, Amy Jo Johnson.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah,
A lot of crushes floating around at this.
But yeah, they're having the first ever like Mighty Morphin Pink Power Ranger like reunion, because I don't think they've ever been at a con together. Amy Jo Johnson and Catherine Sutherland, so that's gonna be pretty neat.
I saw
Um,
that and was pretty shocked by that information. Just seems like that would have been something that could have easily just accidentally happened at some point.
Fun fact: I was flying home from a con in Washington D.C. We went to visit my brother and go to a con, and I was on the way back to Nashville, and I was sat next to Catherine Sutherland that entire flight back to DC. So I'm gonna ask her if she remembers that. I'm gonna go up there and be like, I flew back to DC to Nashville with you. But yeah, so you never know who you'll sit next to on a plane, especially coming to or from these cities where cons are at. So
No, that seems like that would only happen to you. I don't think that that's something that regular people have to worry about. That is a
well,
connoisseur problem.
That could only
yeah,
happen to him, because, well, I think Cody would handle it well. I I feel like AJ, you and I would make a fool out of myself because I wouldn't be able to form coherent sentences, and you wouldn't be able to stop asking questions.
Yeah, I tend to. I'm a curious fellow, and I get a little long-winded. I don't know if any of you guys are aware of this issue that I have, but
what? No.
No.
I had to control myself with Austin St. John, the Red Ranger, a couple weeks ago, just because he was being so open. I was asking questions and he was answering them, and I was like, "How far can I take this?" So
You know,
I have a
sometimes you just talk, and that's like on Saturday. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on this. I was in a call with um, two voice actresses or actresses in general, who kind of become friends with Jennifer in English, Aliana Baranova, and um, we're supposed to be a 30-minute phone like Zoom call, and it ended up being an hour, just because we were just kept talking, catching up on life, all that. But you just never know. Like you just sit there and you're like, oh, an hour's passed. When it's like, oh, we make a time out of your day for so much, and it's like, oh, look at the time. So
Oh yeah, I can guarantee they'd be looking at the time about 5 minutes into the conversation, like, Jesus Christ, we gotta do this for 25 more minutes.
so you guys y'all are into like video games?
yeah, that's how the conversation went.
We talked about
That's
you being a squirrel recently.
yeah. But yeah, just sometimes you talk to someone and you're like, oh well, I just talked to that person for 30 minutes. Kind of like you and Austin St. John's sitting there talking for it doesn't feel like it could last that long, and you're like, oh, well, it did. But
Well, and that's one of the things about, y'all, I will probably use the phrase, uh, how inclusive and welcoming and friendly uh, cons feel. Like, I'll probably talk about that every freaking episode we do of this, because that's like what bit me about it the first go round. I mean, technically my first go round was 2017, 18, whatever we decided earlier, Matt. But and I liked it then. I liked all the vendors and the artists and these people making money doing you know, being amateurs, but also professionals because they're making money from it. The celebrities wasn't really like majorly on my radar. And then again, Sam Witwer was somebody that we talked to at DragonCon, and he just opened up. Like Matt and I walked up. I very specifically said, I have a friend who refuses to love the new Darth Maul. And I'm certain that he thought that it was me. Like, I'm certain that in that moment he thought that I was talking about myself. But he just opened up about, this was George Lucas's original plan, and just went all into that, and then told me and Matt basically, without any spoilers, but just talked 20 minutes about the new mall show without us really even asking about it. We were just like excited about it, and he's like, "Let me tell you everything that I know." And that's just it's
Harmoniously.
just the vibe overall from the people that paid to be there ticket wise, to the guests, to the artists, to uh, that it's just this really cohesive, familiar, existence at these things, and I can't get enough.
No, that's really cool. I can't wait to throw you underneath the bus for that. Like, yeah, he's gonna say that he's asking for me, but I've loved you from the get go.
From the moment I watched Clone
Oh
Wars.
my God, that
Oh,
I
he was
can,
he was supposed to be at Huntsville, I believe, and then I think he's
yeah,
not going to be here. Bummer, but
It's
yeah, not
probably best
very
for me. I
specifically
need to
because he's
cut my
working.
chops.
But what's that, Keanu?
It's probably best for me. I need to cut my teeth, get some more con legs up underneath me.
I imagine he'll be at Dragon Con though, so finish up. You know, let's get a move on. You've got Rebels to get through, and then this new mall show. So quit our day job.
so
Yes.
yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people that I would be like, oh, this would be cool to meet that are going to be in Huntsville. Zachary Levi would be cool, but I expect actor for Shazam and Flynn from Rapunzel or Tangled. Yeah, I expect his line to be out crazy because he's only there one day and Saturday of all days. Uh,
Yeah.
Ron Perlman, that's pretty big
Yeah,
too.
Ron Perlman's
Hellboy.
somebody that I'm super interested in.
Oh, what does he do?
He was a lot of stuff. Hellboy.
I'm kidding, Ron. Have you ever watched this? You're a legend.
Mhm.
And also kidding to our
Sons of Anarchy, a bunch of other stuff.
I imagine Hellboy is probably what gets brought up to him at cons the most. The whole fantasy comic book aspect.
Yeah, I saw recently that he wanted to do the next Hellboy. He said he he wanted to do it for the original fans of his Hellboy on screen, and I can't remember how old he is, but I know that was a part of the article. But me, as somebody who loved that movie, pleasantly surprised by that movie, didn't really know much about Hellboy going into it. I'm here for it. I hope he does get another Hellboy reprisal.
I I also did not know much about Hellboy. Still don't. Even though I've seen those movies. What is his aging process like? Could he play a old man Logan version of Hellboy?
I don't know.
That is a good question.
I hear typing. Is somebody Googling?
I am good.
Hell yeah.
It's, I mean, apparently he does. It's like he ages like super rapid at the beginning, and then slows down as he gets older.
Okay, so I mean, I guess that could probably be a
Futuristic
you know
Hellboy movie.
yeah, go way in the future and have him be an old man Hellboy. I'll write it. I'll write it. I'll send the script out. We'll get it taken care of.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. There's a story there. I mean, Wolverine's supposed to be, semi-immortal as far as his healing factor and everything goes. Of course, they found stories within the comics to make him old, which is wonderful. Shout out to the Wolverine fans out here. Go.
Oh yeah, Wolverine,
Everybody's favorite.
everybody's favorite.
Flailing things. I also saw on the list, I don't know, I know that AJ and Cody, you guys have watched and enjoy Futurama, but for those of you that don't know me, that is one of my absolute favorite shows of all time, and Hermes is one of my favorite characters from that show, and Phil Lamar will be there. I just saw that thanks to
Nice.
our friend AJ, and that's super exciting. I think he has some of the best lines in that show. I quote Hermes probably once a day, specifically the very first pilot episode when he's talking about all the horrible things that can happen, and then or no, it's the second episode. I'm sorry, but then Leela says, "I don't plan on any of that happening," and then he just laughs and they sign the paper.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one just to kind of see how it's gonna be. It looks like it's huge and I mean packed probably, but I think we'll have a good time. Um, and then other than that, exploring Huntsville is always a fun time. So
Yeah, I was just about to
Huntsville,
bring that up, Matt. For somebody that lived most of my life in this state and has spent a handful of times in Huntsville. I've never really explored or hung out in Huntsville. It's always been for some kind of event that I was at that event, sporting in high school specifically. So I haven't really, gone and seen the city of Huntsville really. So I'm excited to do that, explore, hopefully get some good food stuff up for carnivore, um, and see what the Rocket City's all about. I definitely am going to get myself some Trash Panda merch while I'm there.
I think the Trash Panda team store is a must stop for us. So I need some
Yes.
more Trash Panda stuff.
It's a great mascot.
Good.
Yeah, fantastic name.
We grew up around Birmingham the Barons all the time, but I quickly changed my allegiance to the Rocky City Trash Pandas as soon as they announced.
Yeah, it took that announcement. I was like, well, that's my minor league baseball team.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. I've driven past that their stadium for work several times. Haven't actually been to the stadium.
that meme of Andy dropping Woody just with the Birmingham Barons. Like, I don't want to play with you anymore.
I might need to Venmo one of y'all beforehand for
Okay.
trash panda merch.
I want to see if any of the artists in Artist Alley, this is my goal for the con, is to find some artwork that has the Trash Panda logo, that has Sprocket in it. Might not
Yeah.
be possible, but that's what I'm going to be looking for.
If you
Yes.
don't find it, we need to at least mention it to everybody that we talk to. Like,
Yeah.
hey, would be a good idea.
Have you seen this raccoon spaceman?
It
Make
wouldn't shock
art
me
of
if the
him.
team, I don't know what relationship the team would have with Marvel and Disney and all that, but it wouldn't shock me if like the team had licensed merchandise with Rocket involved.
I would hope
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I think they do like Marvel and Star Wars nights. So. I mean,
Yeah.
as they may. But
Yeah,
yeah,
they're missing out if they
that's
don't, I guess.
we're not sponsored by the Rocket City Trash Panda yet. But
Yet.
we're hoping one day.
Yet.
Yeah, if the way you get sponsors is just to mention things a bunch,
Mhm.
Natural Light, natural light.
Yeah, a good sponsorship. Rocket City Trash Panda and Natural Light.
Yeah.
That's the two we're going for first, right?
If it's
Yeah,
the vibe,
I'm gonna throw Maxwell House in there as a third. I haven't heard them on podcasts. I don't know if they're really in the market, but
Reach out to these companies.
What is
fuck
Maxwell House's
Folgers.
fuck Folgers drink Maxwell House? I was just about to ask what their slogan was. I guess that's it.
That's their
That's
their
it.
slogan.
The best part of waking up is fuck Folgers drink Maxwell House.
I think we just found an episode title.
I was just about to say, there's the episode title.
Yeah, it's just start off talking about Huntsville and it just went to a rant about Folgers coffee. I'm like,
Real dog.
this is so much better.
They over roast the beans.
Oh, it's a good one. But yeah, this will be the first con since I went on my con journey that doesn't have any of the actors from Baldur's Gate 3 in it. So, and Birmingham and May will be the second. All the others have been because Baldur's Gate people being at these cons. So, this will be different. So,
You're gonna have to make some new friends.
unfortunately, but I like my friends.
I also like your friends. It's definitely a bummer because I got pretty spoiled going to my first con with you and then getting to meet those people, see them behind the scenes and all that. Very cool. But I am very excited to meet and make new friends.
Yeah, for sure.
They can see how articulate I am.
Mm-hmm.
Devora Wild never will know.
Exactly. She'll never know.
Just write it all down in advance.
I should just hand
come up
Devora
with a
Wild
notebook.
like a notebook. Those are
You
the
gotta
things
get, like,
that I wanted to
cut out
say.
magazines just to really get it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do you like me? Check yes or no.
But yeah, I don't, as of now, yeah, I think I don't have another con with any of them until I plan on going to one in November in Minnesota. So that's going to be interesting. But everything else I have scheduled is just like, nope, none of them are there. And I'm just like,
Well, so obviously Minnesota is cold, but I feel like you're gonna get the real Minnesota by going in November. You're gonna get the actual experience.
I'll be a little chilly up there. But my plan is to step off the plane and then never be outside.
I think that's what most people who live there are doing too.
So that would be a lot of fun. But looking at trying to see what other cons are coming up that I might be interested in, like just trying to swing out. Because I know we have May, we have Birmingham, and then this one. It is kind of like a lull period. We don't really have any planned. There is one that probably I want to try to swing pretty badly, but it's kind of like in between. Is in Detroit in May because Kit Harington, from Game of Thrones, is going to be there, and like it's like all the cast of The Boys actually is going to be there. Wow. It's just kind of like,
Yeah, that's a big one.
Swing that. But,
Yeah.
But it's just how everything is healing. I walked today without crutches. That was fun.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
How's that feel?
Excellent news.
Not hurt, but it's kind of weird. You're just like, can I trust this right now? But it's supposed to be able to. So we'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the date of the Detroit con, and how close to the Birmingham one is it?
2 weeks before.
So, like 2 weeks after this one, then, or 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's the 15th and 17th. So,
Okay.
yep. It's about a month from now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but it's a crazy cast who's going to be there, and I'm just like, can I swing it? I don't know, but flights aren't that bad. So
If you do, then that's another excellent city to pick up some sports merchandise for our boy Cody.
Yeah, I am a Lions fan.
I'm sorry.
Hey, it's been good lately.
Yeah,
It was bad for a long time.
I'm wearing my team right now. So New England Patriots. Has been bad for the past couple of years. Last year was pretty good until the end, but so such a hard life the past
Yeah.
couple of years.
Yeah, must have been tough being a Patriots fan in the 2000s.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Fuck Folgers and fuck Patriots fans.
Fuck Folgers and fuck the
Fuck
Patriots.
Tom Brady.
Sounds like a couple haters.
No, I don't actually hate the Patriots or their fans, but that's a fan base that I will never feel sorry for. They can be complete ass for 3, 4,
Yeah.
5. The rest of your life, they can be complete ass, and you will still be spoiled, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll still have more Super Bowls in your lifetime than the rest of everyone you know's teams combined.
Yeah, same. It's like Alabama too, like that. Like if they can be garbage forever, tough. You had Saban for 20 years. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Just burning all the bridges of potential fans.
Well, I'm an Alabama fan, and I'm on here, and I agree with him. But I don't take credit for teams winning just because I pull for those teams. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And I do dislike fans who do that, who just pretend like they're on the team and hold it over or try to hold it over people's heads. It's ridiculous.
As somebody who contributes heavily to whether San Francisco wins on Sundays,
Knew it was coming.
I don't hold it over anybody's head, but I do work very hard. You know? So,
I will say I do ridiculous things to stay in my routine for the Rams specifically. I make life hard on myself for no reason to be a fan.
But you don't make anything harder on anybody outside of yourself because of your fandom. And some people do. Some people just react like just babies,
Yeah.
children.
I blame myself for New England losing the Super Bowl because I didn't wear this shirt that I wore the rest of the season during the Super Bowl, and they
Yeah.
lost.
you damn
It's all
fucked
my
up.
fault. Sorry, Boston.
Now we just lost fans. They were fine with the fans. They heard that. They're out.
Nah, my fault. Anything y'all want to do in Huntsville? Any big plans for anything in particular?
I'm excited just
Okay.
about the overall trip for the extra content that I think that we're going to be able to put out from it. I think that Kent and I have a much better plan and idea for how we want to go about filming and recording while we're actually at the con.
Yeah.
Looking today, I didn't see anything, like, and this content hadn't come out, but we had some food reviews in Lexington that will be posted on the Carnivore Instagram at some point. But they had kind of like specific concession foods, and I don't know if I know that the Von Braun Center has concessions. There will be plenty to eat and drink while we're there, but I don't know if there's anything specific. I did see that there's like superhero chefs. There's a restaurant like right around the Von Braun Center that gets really popular during the cons because it's themed. So I thought that maybe that's something that we could look into. And then just the overall gathering of content. I think that this could be really big for this particular show as far as what we get there, especially after having one con under our belt as a team. And then very specifically, Kenyatta didn't get to experience any panels in Lexington. But Saturday at 4, there's a very specific Clone Wars panel with all of the actors that we mentioned earlier. So y'all don't have to be a part of that, but I will probably poke my head into that room and see what that's all about. Oh,
Let's start with that one. And on Sunday, 1:00, Pink Ranger panel.
I didn't even
I
see
figured
that.
that was
Yeah.
the one.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll stick in our heads in that. The other one that I was interested in at 12 on Saturday is a NASA lunar science in action. I don't know what that means, but sounds fun as shit. It is the Rocket City,
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those not familiar with the state of Alabama who are listening, Huntsville has a NASA headquarters there. It is NASA has a big presence in Huntsville. So why it's got the nickname the Rocket City. Fun fact for
Yeah,
listening to our podcast.
Since this is a preview show, this is a good place to let the viewer know. Drop some comments, say what they might want us to get, whether it be um, footage, pictures, if we questions for specific people that we might meet. Obviously, we can't guarantee that we'll get any of it done, but we'd love for the one fan, to engage with us.
We should also add in a poll that is either fuck Folgers or fuck Maxwell House, and just see which one gets votes. And
If
then we
nothing
reach
else,
out to PR team of whichever one gets fewer votes. What if we said fuck Folgers and then got them as a sponsor?
that would be.
The reverse psychology.
We're
Wait a second.
negging Folgers, and they're overrated.
Do it. Let us fun. That's funny. Well, seeing if there's anything else that just jumps out as let's do this. Some of these panels go past the con's posted hours. Oh wait, no. Okay, okay. Ticketed events. That's why.
Okay.
It's a small
Yeah.
little party.
I was about to say, Cody, there, Rosenbaum was supposed to be there, and he backed out. And I've
Right,
fucking
so there were
lost you.
going to
Okay,
be
there you are.
3 Smallville people.
Yeah, and they have a very specific, like, Smallville night or Smallville nights or whatever they called it. But yeah, gotta get tickets. But that's what I said, Matt. I texted Matt earlier just to say that I didn't realize how big this show was. And I mean, tickets have flown off the shelves. Like all the VIP stuff is basically done. I think last I saw that Smallville nights thing was close to being sold out. So I'm really excited about it. I think that it's going to probably put Lexington away as far as just attendance goes, which is going to be great for B-roll. Pretty stoked about that.
Y'all want to do a group photo op? It's the pink Power Rangers on Sunday
Yes.
for the podcast.
I mean, if it's for the podcast, I'll do anything for the team, for the brand.
I really probably will Venmo one of y'all for Rockets, not Rocket, Trash Pandas merch.
You can Venmo me. I think the last merch I looked up was like $400. So
Got it. Sure.
they're proud of it. Inflation, the Nasdaq's in shambles. It's
Yeah.
Microsoft went down 3 points.
I never wanted anyone to get hurt, but I did kind of wish that like there was a chance that Otani had to do like rehab games when he was on the Angels and at Rocket City because they're the affiliate,
Oh yeah.
but never happened. And I was just like, and it's Otani Rocket City Trash Panda jersey would probably have sold out like instantly if they did it.
Yeah.
I had no idea where you were going when you started that. You finished it off well, but I wasn't sure what was coming. All right.
I can imagine how much.
Kenyatta,
their
you got anything
merchandise
specific?
sales would-
What? There was one thing I wanted to clean up from last week. I mentioned the oil pastel guy that Kent has a Wolverine from. I've got a Darth Vader sitting up there. W. Andrew Shepard. I don't think that I got his name out, and he is at chroma_coma on Instagram. So I will tag that in in the comments or in the description. Look for us on @ConnoisseurPod on Instagram. Look for food reviews coming to @Carnivorosaurus underscore pod. I don't remember what that one
Yeah,
was. I'll
just
tag it.
put it in. Just yeah.
I'll put it.